Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily, Monday Motivation. It's Des here, attacking it with a morning walk. What a beautiful day. Looking forward to getting stuck into all the things that I always do. But for now, I'll finish off my walk before discussing the 3 things that when I do them, makes me feel like I'm on top form and reaching out to achieve all those targets and goals I set myself. I enjoyed that walk so much, I decided to come out and have another one. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see behind me the skies with the sun setting. Amazing, great time to be out, just like it was this morning. So I thought for today's video I'd go for another walk, and that's what Mondays are all about, aren't they? Starting with real purpose and intention to give ourselves the best chance of making the absolute most of it. Before I get into those 3 things, I'll just talk about how my weekend's been. Feeling absolutely brilliant. Managed to get out and get a 5k run in at Park Run on Saturday morning, so that's put me in good spirits. My arm's feeling a lot better whilst it's not perfect, and I've still got to be careful. It's allowed me to do some of the things that I like to do. It's been a quiet one, but that as well, on top of the run. A nice day on Saturday with friends, and then a bit of time relaxing yesterday. Recharge the batteries just a little bit. Whilst I'm always talking about going full steam ahead, of course there's moments where we have to take a bit of time for ourselves, so it's really important just to understand that and to make the absolute most of it. And like I say, today feeling brilliant for it, feeling fantastic, hence the reason I've been out twice walking, getting in plenty of activity. If you watch this, you know how much I think it's really important to never miss a Monday. So today, that's what I'm doing, never missing a Monday. As the week goes on, I'll be looking to build on today, get more running in, and of course, hopefully, improve my spirit. And that leads me quite nicely actually into the 3 things I think that when I'm on good form, I do all the time, really help me sort of hit the targets I've been talking about. Of course, that's been something that's kind of been on hold recently. Not long before my arm injury, I asked the viewers to let me know, set me targets, let me know what they think I should be working towards, having spoken about several various things. And it's important for me to try and do that, to finish the year strong, to get into good habits, to get into marathon training, to get into all the things I want to do in 2022. And like I say, just kind of hit a bit of a brick wall when it was really struggling, when I was really struggling with my arm. Everything kind of was on hold, but now I feel like I'm really getting back into it. And today's been a great example. These 3 things have happened today, and the first one being managed to get up early. That is so important when you want to do lots of things, when you want to sort of succeed and achieve things. I think it's so important for me to get up early. It's the one I really struggle with. But I've been listening to a few things about sleep and how we should attack the day. And it was basically saying all the successful people get up early because that's where they find time for themselves. It's where they find time to do activity. It's where they find time to do all their exercise or read, or people who are successful are generally quite busy people too. So if you want to sort of do well, if you want to do your best, it's quite important to get up early. Like I say, I've struggled today. Whilst I had a little lie-in, I was up early and attacking the walk, and that's what all that was about. Getting out there, starting the day, getting a few jobs ticked off before getting back and doing a few more, and from that kind of positivity, positive things happen. You know, allowing myself that extra bit of time to sort of come to terms with the day, as I always do on a Friday. You know, and I speak about the importance every Friday, but I spoke about it last Friday and how Thursday worked. So it feels like I'm just getting back into a good routine. As things fall into place, you know, it gets that little bit easier to get up. So if you're struggling for time, if you really think you haven't got the time, you know, getting up early is possibly that opportunity to get an hour or two before yourself. When I spoke about those successful people, one of the examples was Richard Branson. Whatever you think about him, he actually gets up at 4:30 every morning, does his exercise, does some reading, and that works for him. You know, obviously he's a multi-billionaire, you know, and like I say, whatever you think of him, he's a very successful man. So for me, I know when I'm doing that, you know, I'm not that successful, obviously. I know when I'm getting up early, I'm feeling great about what I'm doing. That's really, really important. Hopefully, I'll do the same again tomorrow. That leads me quite nicely into the next one, which is actual activity itself. You know, I spoke about it already today. Done 2 lots of walking, whilst it's not quite running. Still got to ease myself back into that. I'm going to try and work off the 10% a week rule. Obviously, only build it by 10%, with lots of running groups and coaching sessions to come over the next few days. I was planning on running today, but I sat back and thought about it and thought it's probably not the time to run today. So to ease back in, to give myself every opportunity to not injure myself, not do myself any more damage, I'm out walking. 2 walks, 2 amazing times of the day. You know, again, it really put me in good spirit. And what activity does as much as anything, it just creates energy, doesn't it? Whilst of course it makes us tired when we're doing it, those endorphins flow, you know, we get that feel good afterwards. Yeah, I felt a little bit tired this morning after, but once that sort of settled down, well, sort of towards the end of my walk, once that settled down, you know, I feel full of energy, I feel full of beans to get out and go again. You know, when I ran at the weekend, my injuries from before, the old leg injuries, seem to have had a chance to rest. So I'm feeling great about that again. And I know when I'm in a routine, you know, getting out there and doing it, it keeps me absolutely on top of everything. Last year, about this time, I think, I finished a streak of 152 days. No, it wasn't. I was in the middle of it at this time. Finished a streak of 152 days. Running 5k a day at least, you know, and people always say to me, does that not injure you? Is that not too much? No, it's exactly right for me. It makes me feel stronger. I get into a great routine, going back to the sleep thing and getting up early. I have to find time to do it in the morning, whilst I've got my set running groups and sessions I just mentioned. You know, I have to get up some days because life gets in the way a little bit, but if you want to do it, you know, and again, it's that time to wake up early and get out the door and get it done. We touched on last week on Thursday thoughts, when's your favourite time to complete your exercise. You know, whilst it's probably easier for me at this time of day, I love getting out there in the morning, giving it a real go, you know, and really attacking the day, having it done. That's an amazing feeling. And like I say, it's because it gives you that energy and it's that positive sort of effect. You know, you get all those positive vibes off it, you know. I don't know, it just works. It works for me, it works for a lot of people. So again, when I'm feeling good, activity is absolutely crucial every day. At the start of lockdown, when COVID had kicked in, you know, I was really, like everybody else, really struggling. Got out walking, really fell in love with it, you know, at all times of the day, walking a lot of miles despite the COVID frustrations, despite injury frustrations. And again, it just does that thing in making me feel great. What I like to do as well is find your purpose. So whether it's the groups or whether it's getting out like now, walking, in the sunset, taking a few pictures, filming DOdaily, you know, taking telephone calls. There's ways you can go about it, and if you feel like you've done the activity and a job, that's brilliant, isn't it? That's what we're doing this morning, you know, and that's just another way to sort of make the most of it and ensure that you're in a good place. And the third one is just speaking positively. Do you know, we're all a little bit guilty sometimes of putting ourselves down. I'm not the most confident, despite the fact to do this. Do you know, people say, oh, you seem to be really confident and I wouldn't be able to do that. Do you know, and I perhaps doing it a little bit now. I can be guilty of sort of not taking myself seriously. Do you know, but the reality is when I'm confident, and this is something I'm working on all the time, but when I'm in a good place, it really seems to click for me. Do you know, a couple of weeks ago I did an episode on a Monday motivation, about not letting other people's thoughts sort of take over what we think about ourselves, being confident and happy and remembering what's important. Because when you say negative things happen. When you're around somebody who's saying negative things, do you know, they drain the absolute life out of you, don't they? So the more you speak about positive things, doing well, do you know, celebrating your achievements, not letting the bad days get to you too much. Last week, feels like yesterday, I spoke at length on one of the episodes about never really having a bad day, because all I try to do is find the positives. And some people might say, well, that's not realistic. It absolutely is. There's a positive to come out of everything, because unfortunately when life's crap, it's crap, you know, but it's crap for a reason. You know, the worst things that can happen in life is losing people and people disappearing out of our lives, you know, but what can we do about that at the end of the day? And unfortunately, we can't be defined by that one. I always say we can't be defined by things we can't control, and that's the worst that can happen in life. Other than that, everything, we can get over everything. You know, it's not easy sometimes. We'd rather it be a different way, but every action is an experience, you know, so it's about sort of being positive about what we're doing. And when you talk positively, when you exude confidence, you know, other people see it, other people feel it, other people, sometimes, like I mentioned before, other people don't like it, but that's tough, isn't it? Because you'll get so much further. And I know when I'm feeling good, like I have been recently, despite some really, really minor and some major situations, you know, they are the three things that I do all the time when I'm on top form. I'm not saying I do them all the time, do you know. In the last few weeks I've not walked as much as I were at the start of COVID, do you know, when I haven't been able to run again, do you know. That's a frustration, because I know it would have just put me up another level. But these are the things that we have to check in with, evaluate, do you know. I struggle to get up, but I know when I'm in a good place. I've got to get up again tomorrow because I've made that accountability. I did it today, do you know. I don't often stay in bed too late, but the earlier I get up, do you know, the more positive I feel about what I'm doing. It gives me a chance to get that exercise in when it's a busy day, and it gives me a chance to have an absolutely amazing week. And that's all I've got to say today, guys. Hope you have an amazing week. The sun's setting, got some nice things to do this evening, feeling really good about the activity, got lots of jobs done. You know, you can do that on a Monday, you know, you can do it any day. So let's give it a real good go. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate that. Still trying to build this thing, still got 1 or 2 targets to work with on this, you know, and I want to get my head back into this as well. Listening and learning, just a bonus sort of tip there, or a little bit of advice. When I'm listening and learning and taking things on board, when I'm out walking, when I'm doing my exercise, running, getting up early, it gives me more opportunity to listen and learn. And if I don't do that, you know, I won't get anywhere. It's as simple as that. Sometimes people talk way too much. I talk a lot here, but it's the listening and learning part that gets me moving forward. So until Tuesday training, hopefully you can get out for a walk, some activity. If not, we'll give it a good go collectively tomorrow, just doing it.